Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing well. Today's a different style of lesson, a different style of video from me. I put a poll up recently on my page and just said, look, I want to expand the channel in a few different directions. I do have other passions other than just simple Spanish guitar lessons, would you believe? And I said, what do you guys want to hear from me? Is there anything else I can share that you might be interested in? And overwhelmingly, people asked me about songwriting. And I was pleasantly surprised. I was glad and I'm excited to share some songwriting ideas with you. As I said, it's not something I planned on doing, but I was asked to do it, and I'm very passionate about songwriting. I have written many songs. I perform, some of you will know, some of you won't know. I'm in a band called Kallidad, a three-piece band from Australia, but we tour all around the world, sell plenty of albums, CDs, vinyls, and things like that. So I'm lucky enough to make a living actually playing original music that we write. So I have some couple of runs on the board in terms of songwriting. Kallidad is an instrumental band. There's no singing in our group. And that brings me to the first point about what we're going to talk about today. By the way, this is going to be a bit of a stream of consciousness. Depending how it goes, I might write, like a list of pointers and things like that. I might also redo this video more than once. The truth is, it's such an enormous topic. There's no way I or anybody else could possibly explain songwriting in a YouTube video. I'm sure you couldn't explain songwriting even in a course. It's an art, it's a living, breathing thing, it's a personal thing. But I am going to at least do my best to address the fact that I was kindly asked to do so. Let me straight off the top of my head ramble out a bunch of stuff, then we'll get into some detail. And how I think this will probably work the best is if you guys leave me some comments about specific areas, I can perhaps go into more detail about those areas. So, firstly, are we writing a song? Is it a solo guitar piece? Are you going to strum the guitar and sing? Are you in a band? Is the band instrumental? Is there a singer in the band? Are you writing for your own voice? Are you writing for someone else's voice? Etc., etc., etc. Are you writing on the computer? Are you sitting in the same room together? Is the song designed to play live? Is the song designed to get a lot of streams and be on the radio and make lots of money? Are you trying to express yourself? Are you trying to get rich quick? All of these would affect the style of song that you're writing. And a good musician could hopefully have a crack at any of those, have an attempt. And of course, we all have personal styles. For example, my personal style is built with Kallidad. When we write music, it's essentially written to be performed live in front of people, and ideally those people are dancing. That's what we do 90% of the time. We go up there on the stage in different towns and countries around the world, and we play music that is fast, rhythmic, powerful, and we try to get people dancing. We try to do that in a context where we don't repeat ourselves too much, although of course all musicians, all bands, all groups, all musicians have you have your vocabulary. Think, I don't know, AC/DC. Some people love to joke like all their songs have the same riff. Kind of true, great riff. Metallica they've had a number of sounds throughout their career, but you get the point. Paco de Lucia, you'd expect a certain... We live in a world, we as musicians generally live in a world, and I would advise you, if you've got your world, if you're a country singer, if you're a blues singer, if you're playing some instrumental Spanish guitar, stay close to home unless you've got a reason to stray. So I think having a home is good. If you're shooting off your creativity in a million directions at once, it's definitely easy to get lost in the wash unless that's what you do. I mean, there's Australian bands like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that, as a matter of course, as their style is to have a whole new style every album, every song, that's fine. You can do that. But if you have a style, I would definitely go with that. Also, the musicians that you're writing with. So, for example, I have been blessed that since my first ever band, which I formed just out of high school, I've had the same drummer my whole life, and he's absolutely freaking brilliant. I would be an absolute fool if I didn't write music that was very drum heavy. A lot of our songs will have drum introductions, drum breaks, drum solos, strong drum beats, parts where the guitars either are silent or back off completely, basically so we can showcase we've got this wonderful drummer. Look at the musicians you're playing with. Do you have a great drummer? Do you have a great singer? Are you a great guitarist? Are you not such a great guitarist? Is your mate a great guitarist? work to your strengths. So if I was writing with one group, they might have a great bass player. So maybe let's start our song with a bass line, and maybe the guitar can be far more of a secondary instrument. You're still a good songwriter. You don't have to be the star of the show in the song. In fact, often you shouldn't be. The song should be the star of the show in the song. And I think you'll find a well-written song almost writes itself. As you're developing, it becomes quite obvious what the song wants from you. And if you try and jam stuff and you go, oh, I should do a really fast guitar solo here. I think people would love to hear me strum really fast, or let's do another drum solo because our drummer's so great. If you're forcing it, it's not going to work. The song will dictate the groove, the melody, so much of it. And a lot of great songwriters have said that songs seem to just come down from the ether, and you just kind of either capture them or welcome them or guide them or something like that, or birth them as opposed to creating them. It definitely feels like there's a truth to that. The best songs seem to come straight off the bat, beautifully, simply, nice and easily. So I definitely urge you, when you are writing a song, ask the song what it wants. Does it want to be a nice, simple little song? Does it want to be a big, grandiose epic with orchestras and horns and whatever? So I think that's an important point. Also dynamic. So for example, a lot of the time, a simple song might be someone just sitting, strumming the guitar and singing, and that's perfectly fine. What I'd advise, or at least something to be aware of, you might not want to strum the whole way the same pattern or the same way or the same chords. And a lot of people will sing either in the same register or literally just kind of sing the same melody over and over with different lyrics. In my opinion, as a general rule, a well-written song has some dynamic and some flow. So let's say I start off a song with a very fast piece of guitar playing. It's very likely at some point in that song, I will play very slowly. Bit of dynamic. Let's say I start a song low with some low open chords. Might start with some E, F kind of stuff. There's a good bet by the end of that song, I'll be playing up high up the neck. If you're singing, if you have a very low pitched voice, I'm not going to sing because I just don't sing. Singing's just not in my thing. Let's say you have a low pitched voice. Maybe it would be nice somewhere in your song if you hit the highest note of your range or the lowest note of your range. You get the point what I'm saying. Balance. So fast parts, slow parts, fast strumming, slow strumming, loud strumming, arpeggiated, etc., etc., etc. This is really useful stuff, and even just being aware of having a bit of variety within your song will instantly elevate you past so many who are well-meaning musicians who are having a good time, who are on the journey and doing their thing and expressing themselves, but often in a fairly monotone way, fairly mono dynamic levels, volume levels, and kind of skill levels as well. They're just kind of doing their thing, and the whole song will just be like that. So if it starts like that, we might go, let it ring out, sing la da 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 da. Already we've got some dynamic. It's a bit quiet, so what are we going to do if it's quiet? Maybe we make it a bit loud. Let's bring some percussion. So now we've got this groove. When I've got a groove going, I don't stop it unless there's a good reason for it. That reason will generally be dynamic. So we've got a bit of a groove going, so I might stop it again. But we've already heard this before. We did this before, didn't we? When I was doing da 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 da. So we've heard this, so maybe we should hear some guitar. So we've got fast, high guitar. You've got some options now, you know? If I wanted to build the song up, I might strum faster. So I'm feeling more space than I was before. You might take the fast high guitar even faster and higher. Or whatever. You could of course break it back down. You could change chords. I can't as I said, just teach songwriting in a YouTube video, but we're just talking about ideas here. A lot of the songs I write will have a climax. So in Kallidad, we're try to get them to a certain level of energy and vibrancy and get them, say, grooving, dancing, and then often at the end of the song, we'll try and get that little bit faster, that little bit louder, that little bit crazier. One thing I might do, so I might just have a rhythm. So let's say we're just going, I'll do a sort of really basic. Let's just say we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our basic strum for our song. Fine, whatever. I just chose something ultra easy so we can all understand it while we're chatting. So if I want to lift to the next dynamic level, one of the obvious things would be to strum more. So it's going to go da 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 da. I might go da 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 da. So that's twice as many strums. So that's just a very simple example of going from. And you've got some similarity because we kept the same chords and they stayed for the same length. And it's got the same rhythmic pulse. We just added more strums. Now that, of course, can be done in a more extreme way. And in Kallidad we do, there's a lot of this kind of thing. A lot of that kind of thing going on. So I might go like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I might want to take that to the next level. I'll go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So rhythmic improvements, of course, drumming. A great drummer makes a great difference. As I said, there are so many elements to songwriting. And look, if you guys are interested and if there's been any useful stuff in this video, please do leave me a comment. I would be more than happy to go into detail, and I'd be more than happy to get some Kallidad songs up here and we can kind of analyze them or talk about them or something like that. So I need your feedback. I need your advice. Leave me some comments. And even look, if you've got a song, if you've posted a song on Spotify or YouTube or anywhere else, please post. I'll listen to it. I mean, I got time. I'm home with a newborn baby. She sleeps a lot. She's beautiful, but she sleeps a lot. So show me your songs. I'll leave you a comment, give a little bit of feedback, and let's see if we can't help each other. And I'm sure if someone posts their song, other commenters may listen, and let's all give each other honest feedback and see if we can't pick up a few tips from each other and write some better songs. The other thing is just get out there and do it. So I'm always saying to you, turn off my YouTube videos and go and practice. Well, why don't you turn off now and go and write a song or a part of a song? That's what it's all about. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Thank you for the kind requests to do this video, and I hope we can do more stuff like this. Just let me know. I'm all yours. I'm at your service. Thank you very much.